SNK Neo Geo Mini, an arcade in the palm of your hand. Nintendo's NES and SNES Classic Edition consoles may not have been the first systems to capitalize on the rising interest in vintage gaming, but they are certainly the most high-profile so far, and predictably, their arrival on the scene has triggered a surge of interest in the concept of repackaging old games in new, miniaturized hardware. As well as the hype beast that was the SNES Mini, we've got a brand new Mega Drive Mini to look forward to later this year, but SNK has beaten Sega to the punch with a pint-sized replication of its legendary Neo Geo console. Like Nintendo and Sega's efforts, the Neo Geo Mini comes preloaded with classic games and connects to your TV via HDMI, but the twist here is that it has a 3.5-inch LCD screen and has built-in controls, so it's a lot more versatile. The Neo Geo Mini comes in two flavors, one aimed at Japan and another at international markets. There are key differences in the games included on each, and the Japanese version comes in red, white, black and blue color scheme, while the international variant is a rather more boring black, white and blue. The international version doesn't launch until September and is expected to retail for around $130, £100. The Japanese version recently launched and costs 11,500 yen, around $103, £79. Readers can expect to pick one up from Funstock when it's released later in the year. Weighing 390 grams and made mostly from plastic, the Neo Geo Mini is, from a purely aesthetic perspective, a lovely object to behold. It's small enough to fit in the palm of your hand and, despite its diminutive stature, is perfectly playable on any flat surface. The joystick and 4-button setup works much better than you might expect. SNK's prestigious line of one-on-one fighting games provide the perfect test, and it's surprising how quickly you adapt to that stubby-looking stick. Special moves aren't a problem, put it that way. The 3.5-inch LCD screen completes the mini arcade feel, and is bright, sharp and has excellent viewing angles. Games look superb on it, but sadly the stereo speakers aren't quite as impressive, they're quite weak and lack bass. Thankfully, a 3.5mm headphone socket is included and things sound much better when using a pair of headphones. The fact that it has its own screen and is small enough to fit in your backpack might lead you to assume that the Neo Geo Mini is totally portable. Sadly, that's not the case. The unit doesn't have an internal battery and uses a USB Type-C connection for power. A Type-C to USB lead is included in the box, but you'll need to source your own wall charger. The one you use with your smartphone or tablet will do. If you're really keen to take the unit out of the house, then you'll be pleased to learn that you can run the Neo Geo Mini from a portable power bank. To connect the Neo Geo Mini to your TV, you'll need a mini HDMI cable, which unfortunately isn't included in the box. This isn't a common connection type, so you may find you have to purchase a lead before you can play on the telly. They're not expensive, but it seems rather mean-spirited that SNK hasn't bothered to include one. It's also worth noting that although SNK has released a controller along with the console, which is based on the excellent Neo Geo CD pad from the mid-90s, you have to pay extra for that, too. There are two controller ports on the machine, although it's still possible to use the unit's main controls when plugged into the TV.